Hey guys, and welcome to the Super Gurus podcast. I'm your host Legoinator, and with me, as always, is my co-host Finn.
Hey.
This week on the Super Gurus podcast, we're going to be chatting trailers. Trailers. So many trailers all over the place. We've got trailers for Spider-Man Homecoming, War of the Planet of the Apes, Transformers 5, The Mummy, Fast and the Furious 8. So many trailers. We'll also just do our normal news, and then we'll do our famous segment, This Week in Comics. Okay then, without further ado, let's jump straight into the podcast.
As always, news. My first bit of news is Armie Hammer. He's teased again that Two-Face may be in Batman, like the 2017 Ben Affleck Batman.
What do you mean?
It's like nobody's confirmed it, but I think he's teased it like multiple times. Yeah, he's teased that there may be a Two-Face in it, and it might be played by Armie Hammer, but nobody knows for sure.
How's he teased it?
Must have been like an interview or a quote or something.
Okay. That's interesting. I don't really care. Probably won't be the main villain of Batman.
Probably not. I think Deathstroke's still going to be the main villain.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so what's your first bit of news?
Well, my first piece of news is Luke Cage has been renewed for season 2.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty awesome.
I really like Luke Cage. I haven't watched much of it, actually. I've only watched like 3-4 episodes.
Yeah, me too. I'm probably going to finish it over the summer break.
Definitely. Good time to do that stuff.
Pretty awesome.
Luke Cage, from what I've seen so far, is amazing, and can't wait to have some more of that, yeah.
Yeah, me too. And just while we're talking about Luke Cage, there's also been some set photos of the Defenders released.
I haven't actually seen them. Do they look... You said off camera that they they all look like Luke Cage in sweat tops and stuff.
Yeah, basically just imagine Luke Cage in a sweat top. Imagine Jessica Jones in her just normal leather jacket. Imagine Daredevil just wearing his lawyer outfit, and imagine Danny Rand just wearing just some casual clothes.
Oh, okay. That's basically it so far.
That's basically your Defenders.
Nice.
So they're more like the casual Avengers.
We'll wait and see how that turns out, but I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, me too. I hope they give at least Iron Fist a proper costume.
Well, they've got the Iron Fist TV show, the Iron Fist show as well, so...
I hope they just don't give him leather shirt and sweatpants again, like everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, it sort of worked with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Daredevil had a pretty swag suit.
Yeah, but then he transitioned over to his actual suit.
Yeah, true.
I do think that, like, Iron Fist, he has such a particular suit.
Yeah.
And I think, like, you need to keep that suit.
Worthy of the comic books, yeah.
Yeah. Sophie, what's your next piece of news?
So, Deadpool, the movie, has been nominated for a Golden Globe Award.
Okay. So, Golden Globe, not as good as the Oscars.
But still pretty up there. It's like probably the second best movie award that you could get.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Do you think you'll get it, or do you think they'll choose some war movie with Tom Hanks?
Yeah, I don't know. Ryan Reynolds has already got quite a few awards for that movie, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, definitely. So, Finn, do you have any more news, or do you want to jump into
I'm full out. Do you have any more news?
Yeah, I've got a couple more pieces of news. So, the Legion TV show, the first episode's going to be coming out February 8th, 2017.
That sounds pretty cool.
I'm pretty hyped for that TV show.
I think it's going to be pretty cool. I don't really know what to expect from it, but...
Looks a bit crazy, yeah.
It's going to be cool, yeah.
Definitely. And also another TV show, DC's Powerless, has been set for February 2nd, 2017.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what DC's Powerless is?
No, I don't, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a DC comedy show about just a normal group of office workers in the DC universe who have to, like, clean up the messes of superheroes.
Oh, it's like that Marvel thing that they were planning, isn't it?
Yeah. Sort of. What
is it called?
I don't know what it's called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's like Damage Response or something.
Oh yeah, Damage Patrol or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, this is basically that, and they've seemed to have trailers and stuff, and this has seemed to be in like production just wasteland for ages, but seems it's finally coming out.
Oh, nice. Seems pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. I'll definitely at least watch the pilot. Now, Finn, you know there was an X-Men film this year, X-Men Apocalypse?
Yep, pretty cool movie.
Yeah, pretty cool. And X-Men, apparently another X-Men film is going to start shooting in May 2017. So this could be New Mutants, or it could even be a sequel to X-Men Apocalypse. We don't know. What do you think it is?
I don't know. There's multiple different directions they could take it. Definitely not anything with Wolverine. I mean, we're seeing Wolverine in his last appearance at in Logan.
In Old Man Logan.
In Old Man Logan. So I don't know. I wouldn't like New Mutants would be pretty cool to see. Also, some of the other more futuristic type of apocalyptic movies or comic runs that they could do. So I think there's a wide range of stuff that they could choose from. So who knows?
Yeah, I think if they're gonna do another X-Men film, I think they need to do something like either what I think would be cool is Magneto, having Geonosis. I think that'd be a really cool storyline they could focus on.
Oh yeah.
And also, if you're gonna do another Mutants film, like X-Men film, just ditch Mystique. Her storyline's done. We don't need her anymore.
Fair enough. I think you could have her as like a very minor character, but I think she's been in too many. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence is a great actor, and I really like the character of Mystique, but she's sort of been burnt out already.
Yeah, I like the character too, but she was sort of the focus. She was the focus a bit of X-Men Apocalypse. She was a big part of X-Men Days of Future Past. She was a big part of X-Men First Class. Like, I think it's time to just let her go and use someone else.
Yeah, they've overused her a bit, I think. And
yeah. Another bit of superhero movie news. Justice League 2 is gonna have Zack Snyder direct, okay?
Yeah.
But it's been pushed back to make room for Batman.
Oh, okay. Bummer.
So, that's pretty
hopefully
interesting.
Batman's going to be amazing. I think Batman's definitely going to be a cool movie.
We'll have to decide how Justice League 2 will be after we've seen Justice League.
There'll definitely be some like spoilers and hints and teasers at the end of Justice League 1 talking about Justice League 2, but yeah.
Who knows? Yeah. Well, then, that's it for our actual sort of news this week. Not much news really happened, but suddenly it seems that every movie studio has wanted to release just so many trailers, probably to pair up with Rogue One. And those trailers are Spider-Man Homecoming, War of the Planet of the Apes, Transformers 5, The Mummy, and The Fate of the Furious. Why don't we talk about War of the Planet of the Apes first? Finn, what did you think of this trailer?
Well, I thought the trailer was actually pretty cool. I didn't exactly get on with like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and those other movies. I can't even name them. The trailer actually looks pretty cool. I think it definitely goes the same to me, just not having followed many of the movies, just sort of looks like a repeat of the first three, was it? First two?
I've seen all the Planet of the Apes stories, and they've sort of had like a story of the apes have come. Then there was a virus that wiped out the humans, and then so the apes are living in harmony, but the humans came along, and now they're in a war together because a douche ape basically started a war with the humans.
Okay, so
that's a basic story.
Okay, I think it does look a lot like a rinse and repeat of the third one, like apes fighting humans who can't find a general consensus. That's just my thing, but it looks pretty cool. Some of the CG and special effects and stuff are really cool.
You should probably watch the other 8 movies before you see this one. I definitely think they're pretty good. I enjoyed them.
Okay, so it might be on my watch list. Depends. See sort of what rating it gets and...
Yeah, maybe watch a couple more trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but could be cool. So... Not much there. Finn doesn't really care much about War of the Planet of the Apes. I'm pretty pumped. I like the Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I thought Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool action movies. I would give this trailer a B+.
Considering my less knowledgeable background and stuff, I still think the trailer was pretty amazing. I'll give it a B-.
Okay then. Well, next up we'll talk about another trailer. I think we saved Spider-Man Homecoming, those 2 trailers, for last.
Yep.
But why don't we talk about Transformers 5? So this is Transformers 5 from the last night.
Okay.
It's been hyped lately, and we just got a trailer for it. Finn, what did you think of this?
Okay, so Transformers 5, 4 previous Transformers all being pretty bad.
I just like to think of them as what they are. Just popcorn action films. You go in, you don't expect much storyline, the Transformers wreck each other, and then you have a good time.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean there. That's an interesting take on it.
Just lower your expectations.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool, like with all the action and the robots fighting and stuff, and I think that's going to be pretty amazing. The CG and stuff are pretty cool, and it seems to be doesn't really seem to be a villain as such.
Oh no, there seems to be something that Optimus Prime is fighting, some sort of big cloud mist thing.
Yeah, but then we see Optimus Prime go bad, and then we see him beat up Bumblebee, was it, and the other humans?
He was beating up Bumblebee on top of some big ship thing, I think.
Yeah, and then he was going to kill him, and then the human stepped in the way, and he might have died.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's character.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's character.
It looks interesting. I'm actually not sure what the story is. I think there will be a big villain, but they have said that the villain won't be just another Decepticon, not just another Megatron. It'll be an actual different villain, like an ancient Transformers villain.
Oh, nice. So it's not just rinse and repeat, this Decepticon's come up and he's bad now, sort of thing, yeah.
And talking about ancient Decepticons, Finn, did you see that ancient Transformer dragon? It was so weird when they went back to the medieval times, don't you think?
I actually really like that Transformer dragon. He looks mean.
Yeah, he looks so cool. That'd be just the coolest statue.
Yeah, he 3 heads and everything. I think that was probably the best bit of the trailer for me. Apart from Optimus Prime beating up stuff.
I definitely think that I'm not sure why they have some medieval stuff, but apparently it's King Arthur times, so could be interesting. Who knows? I doubt the Transformers will do time travel. That just is a bit out there, but maybe it's what happened in the past.
It could be possible, or maybe sort of it's like a precursor, like a prologue sort of to the movie, sort of developing a storyline about it or something.
Yeah, I think in the last Transformers, if I remember, they had a ancient prologue at the start of the movie where they explained some ancient Transformers race.
Oh, lore, yeah,
called
and stuff
the
like
Builders,
that. Yeah.
Or something like that. And I think that is who Optimus Prime went into space to fight in the first place. So maybe they could be the villains.
Maybe. This is another movie that I haven't watched any of the precursors to, so I'm coming with...
You haven't seen any of the Transformers, Finn?
No.
You serious?
Serious.
What? Oh, Finn, you at least need to watch... I think 4 is... if you go into it as a popcorn action film, 4 is pretty cool, and, you should just watch them, Finn.
Yeah. I do remember distinctly, some of the music from Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen. It was there was this pretty cool piece of music that I was pretty hyped about, but that's the only thing I remember about the first couple.
I can't believe you haven't seen the Transformers, Finn. Okay, what would you give this trailer on a scale of F to A++?
Somewhere around B. So, yeah, probably B.
Yeah, I'd say a B too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I swear, what's the lowest rating you've ever given something, Ben?
Well, I've only reviewed the Doctor Strange movie and trailers, and most of the trailers I've seen lately have been pretty good. So I think the lowest rating I've given something is a C-. I think that's what I gave the Passengers trailer.
Oh, okay. Seems like there's not really any use for the D, E, and F marks, is there?
Oh, dude, I'm just waiting till I see a Fantastic Four. It's there for a reason, Finn. Okay.
F for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, F for Fantastic Four. F for Fan Four Stick. Next up, we have the Mummy trailer.
Okay.
So, Tom Cruise movie, The Mummy, they're trying to start some big movie monsters universe. Who knows? I wasn't expecting this. I didn't even really know much about it. But watching the trailer, yeah, it looks alright.
This sort of came out of the blue to me too as well. It was very cool, actually. I seem to think that there's been a lot of movies recently involving ancient gods and stuff from Egypt and Greece and whatnot, but I think it's a cool new take on it, and the villain looks pretty... I think some of the CG and some of the plot around it's actually pretty realistic. Considering it is gods and stuff, but the excavation of the mummies and whatnot, so...
It was pretty interesting how it seems from the trailer that Tom Cruise died, but then he just popped out of a body bag somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. And then there's 5 other body bags. So, yeah. And they could quite easily have been the other people
On the plane.
On the plane, yeah. There was, like, that girl, and then there was a couple of other armies.
Yeah, so who knows? Like, maybe their, like, interaction with the mummy gives them, like, a second life.
I don't know. I think what my take on it was that there was, like, an ancient being or, like, an ancient protection around the sarcophagus, and that sort of triggered like the protection. That's why the bats came and crashed the plane, and then she sort of like wanted the entity wanted to sort of preserve the people and like torture them for what they did to the sarcophagus.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty reasonable theory there, Finn.
I think that's what I was thinking, but could be a whole number of different things. Maybe they just got. I don't think they would just got lucky or whatever.
No, I doubt it. Plus, you don't like die in a plane crash and then they fish you out, put you in a body bag, and then just don't notice you're alive.
Yeah, and I would have thought that the body bags would have been a bit more bloody as well.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if they're actually body bags, because body bags isn't the purpose like to hide the body rather than to like, because you can sort of see through.
They could be like body bags. No, they're pretty white. They could be like.
They're like sort of like a translucent see-through type.
Maybe they're just waiting to be stored in like a morgue for like a dissection or something.
Maybe, but when I think of body bags, I sort of think of black plastic rather than clear.
Who knows what those? I think they are body bags.
I think they definitely look like body bags, and yeah. But okay,
who knows?
We'll wait and see. I think I'm pretty hyped for this movie. Actually, it looks pretty cool.
Me too. Actually, it does look pretty awesome. And Finn. Remember how back in, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation came out, Tom Cruise did his own stunt of hanging onto the side of the plane?
Oh, and it's another C-3 bomber, isn't it?
Do you think that he's done that stunt himself?
I think definitely. He's that sort of guy that does all his own stunts and...
Yeah, I'm gonna reckon he's done that stunt himself. I'm gonna reckon that they have like the open part of the plane, and I think that he is strapped in and has done that stunt.
Definitely.
Like Tom Cruise, he has to do his own stunts now. He's sort of made himself that guy.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like expected of him now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But he seems to be a pretty tough action guy. So I'll give this trailer a B+.
I think I'm gonna give it a A- or a B+ too. Sort of hovering around there. It's pretty cool, and I'm really looking forward to this movie. Actually, it's definitely on my watch list.
Who knows? The Monsters universe they're building could actually be pretty cool. Yeah. So that's it for the Mummy trailer. 3 trailers down, 2 to go. You guys exhausted the trailers? Well, bad luck. We're doing more trailers. Next up, we're going to talk about The Fate and the Furious. So Fast and Furious 8. Me and Finn, neither of us really care about Fast and the Furious. I've seen the trailer.
I've seen half of the first movie, and that was pretty trash. And I mean, that was like 10 years ago, so...
Apparently they sort of go up in quality, or like apparently 7 is really good and like one of the best Fast and Furious movies.
But isn't it sort of like a prologue as well? Sort of like it's spaced between like 2 and 3 or whatever?
I'm pretty sure that all the movies have weird timelines. Like apparently some of the movies, like I'm pretty sure Tokyo Drift is one of the movies, and apparently that's like the furthest into the timeline. So I don't think that it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's a weird timeline.
I definitely think that too. I just don't know where they go in chronological order. Yeah, like I said, I've seen half of the first movie. I don't really care much for it. I think they're overhyped, and Vin Diesel's good, but
Do you like The Rock?
The Rock's cool, yeah.
Well, let's talk about this trailer. So I saw it. It's a pretty long 3-minute trailer, and as we all know, Fast and Furious, it's about the family, Finn. It's about the bonds. It's the family. And in this trailer, so Vin Diesel's character, I think they call him Dom, he betrays the team, okay? So he betrays everyone, and they're like, oh no, Dom betrayed us. And they have some awesome car battles, running around, sticking grappling hooks into each other's cars. It's pretty crazy. And then at the very end even, they're driving in the icebergs, like in Antarctica, and then a submarine pops out of nowhere and starts following them.
I mean, like, the budget that these guys, like, in the movie, like, the budget that these characters have is just extraordinary.
Yeah, and then, I have to say, there's a bit that made me laugh at the end. So, the team, they're all in the little area, they're all just sitting around talking about, oh no, what are we going to do? And then suddenly the door blows off, Dom walks in, and the person who, like, made Dom betray walks in too, and then one of the people's like, Dom, it's all about family. Why are you leaving? And then he just looks at them, and then the person who helped him betray turns up and like kisses Dom, and then they just walk off, and it just made me just laugh so hard. It just looks so stupid. But interesting there. I think it could be pretty cool. I do like some car action.
I think any action's pretty good. If it's well choreographed and well scripted, sort of. If it's like just a bunch of fist fights without any meaning, it's a bit pointless. But I think some of the I have to admit, even I've been blowing off the Fast and Furious franchise, but I think that some of the action and stuff that they choreograph and they make is pretty cool.
Yes, like they did the stunt, I'm pretty sure, in 7 between 2 buildings where they had the car drive through. Pretty sure that was a real stunt. And so yes, their cinematography is really good, like with car-wise. They definitely know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it does look pretty awesome. Also, The Rock seems to be in some prison. And we all know The Rock is just a Hulk of the man. And people are still offending The Rock. And it's like, why? He's like double anyone's size.
Yeah, fair enough. He's massive, yeah.
Not much to talk about this trailer as Finn hasn't seen it, but I'll rate it. I'll give this trailer a C+. I'm not sure if I'll see it, but could be alright. Finn, I reckon you check it out after the podcast.
Okay, I'll check out the trailer, but I won't give any guarantees about the movie.
Yeah. So next up, we have the 2 trailers everyone cares about the most. Spider-Man Homecoming, and there's also a Spider-Man Homecoming International trailer that's basically the same.
It's sort of like a rehash. Like the international trailer is sort of like a rehash. It's sort of like different things that are in slightly different places. The international trailer, I think, doesn't really focus too much on his sort of like high school life. It's more on the villain and the action. But I think that's just the way with the international markets. I think that the Americans and stuff focus on like the family and the friendship and like the plot around the character. Some of the more international cultures sort of prefer that sort of action and
Or it could just be like big movies like Transformers sell really well in places like China, so maybe they're just trying to like pitch it as an action movie to those demographics that seem to sell well for some reason.
That's definitely what they do. I mean, they look at each market and say, okay, this demographic likes this sort of style movie, so we'll pitch our movie as that in our trailer as that sort of style movie to that country.
Yeah. So there's some quick marketing from Finn there. Seems like a new little segment, marketing from Finn. But let's go into some comic books from Finn.
Okay.
So Spider-Man Homecoming. The trailer, we see Vulture, we see the Spider-Man in his like high school. We also see the Shocker, I'm pretty sure, someone who could be the Shocker.
We see the Shocker,
and all looks pretty interesting, but it seems to follow more of the original Marvel formula, I was thinking.
I think so too. I think like sort of chronologically it's pretty much like it's sort of situated like a month or so after Civil War, because we see in both clips, I think, we definitely see Tony Stark talking about the suit and everything, and we also see in one of the trailers,
a bit of it will be during Civil War.
I think there might be like a prologue or something with him in Civil War.
Yeah, I definitely think so, and I think that I remember when Iron Man was driving in the car, and he says like, that was pretty funny when he said, don't do anything I would do, but don't do anything I wouldn't do.
There's like a little grey area.
Yeah, I had to admit, I think that bit is right after Civil War. Like, I think that is him driving him home.
Or something,
Civil War.
Iron Man doesn't really have any bruises or anything there, and I think after the Civil War airport battle, his first priority would be Rhodey. So,
Who knows? I don't think, it can't be, you're right, and in the trailer, he seems to be wearing... this is actually just a little fun thing. In the trailer, we see him wearing, like, the Mark 46 armor, But that was destroyed in Civil War, so maybe he's got a new suit.
He might have had, like, a second Mark 46 or whatever, I don't know.
Then he should probably call it the Mark 47.
I don't know. Mark 46.2 or something.
Yeah. Well, let's also chat about the villain of the trailer, the Vulture. So, he looks pretty awesome.
I think he does. I don't really know much about him, like, sort of comics-wise, but he looks pretty cool, like a villain. He's got some sort of new tech. Like, it might be, like, from, like, the Chitauri, maybe. Something like that, maybe, quite possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, looks alright. I think they have confirmed that it's Chitauri tech made by someone called the Tinkerer. So, looks pretty interesting, because also when you see those crooks dressed up as the Avengers attacking that bank, they also have Chitauri tech.
Well, they're using the sort of like laser thing that is like a modification on what the Vulture uses later in the trailer to break into the safe to get the money.
So, who knows? Like, I don't really know what the story of this is going to be, but I think we can speculate. But first, we'll talk about, Finn, what did you think of those high school scenes? We see a lot of Tom Holland, Peter Parker in high school, and finally, a Spider-Man who actually looks like he may belong in high school.
Ripped it straight out of Mr. Sunday Movies, eh?
Oh, well, I have to admit, Finn, I do agree with all those points.
I have to admit, yeah.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield do not look like high schoolers.
Definitely. I think Tom Holland is a great choice for Spider-Man. He's got that sort of charm, and like he's like an accurate representation of what Spider-Man would actually be like.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Maybe he's a bit more buff than Spider-Man. Like, you see him with, like, when his friend discovers that he's Spider-Man.
And he, like, takes the suit off, yeah. It's like, oh, no, I'm not Spider-Man. What are you talking about? Dude, you're on the ceiling.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very light-hearted movie. I mean, we see a lot of... in the car, when Tony Stark's talking to Spider-Man, he's in the car, he's, like, leans over and, like, he goes for the hug. And he's like, no, it's not a hug, just get in the door for you.
Doesn't look like they're trying to be doing a lot more humour in there. Maybe not making it as dark as the Amazing Spider-Man or even Tobey Maguire's.
Or maybe just sort of like as a contrast to the rest of the MCU. I don't know.
It does look pretty cool though. And Finn, what do you think the story of the movie is? I'm sort of thinking that maybe he comes out of Civil War, he tries fighting for a bit, maybe the Vulture appears, he fights the Vulture a couple times, fights Shocker a couple times, and then I think that Iron Man takes his armour off, like his suit off him.
Definitely.
We see that when he's fighting the Vulture, he's back in his normal suit, so maybe then he fights the Vulture in his normal suit, proves himself to Iron Man, gets the suit back, and everything's okay.
Because we see, like, Tony Stark talking to Spider-Man saying, oh, you don't need to worry about this guy in the suit, we can take care of him. And so probably after that, he goes after the Vulture again. So he would have an initial run-in with the Vulture. Tony Stark says, don't go after him. He goes after him anyway. He gets the suit taken off him. And then he has to fight the Vulture yet again. And then that proves himself to Tony.
That could be... I think that is a good idea. And Finn, also we see Zendaya in the trailer. You know Zendaya, who everyone thought was playing Mary Jane.
Mm.
He says, like, people say Liz about Zendaya. So I actually think she's playing Liz Allen.
Yeah, so that's an interesting point, actually. I don't really know.
Who knows?
It's a bit, conflicted.
It could just be a dub over.
Could be, definitely, so...
Okay, then why don't we rate this trailer? Finn, what would you rate the trailer?
Wait, which trailer? International or American?
Let's just group them together.
Oh, so one combined trailer? A.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an A+. I'm actually super hyped for Spider-Man Homecoming.
I am very hyped as well, yeah.
Probably could be the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
I think that it wouldn't take much to pass Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield, a bit more so, but I think it's definitely going to surpass them both.
Yeah, it'll definitely surpass like Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3 pretty easily.
Yeah, so... really hyped for it, and Spider-Man's home in the MCU, where he belongs.
Well, I guess he's never really had any movies in the MCU, so really he was home at Sony, but I guess he's home back with... I guess Sony still owns him.
Yeah.
So that looks pretty cool, and I guess that brings us to the end of our trailers. We have talked about so many trailers this week, so now we'll go to our favourite segment this week, of course, where we talk about what we've been reading / watching this week. Fina, what have you been reading / watching this week?
So I haven't read and watched much, to be honest, but what I am going to do is Rogue One comes out in New Zealand on Thursday this week. So when this video is going to be released, so hopefully I can get in there, watch it early, and so next week's podcast can hopefully be a movie review on that.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm going away this week, but I'll hopefully be able to see it before I go away, and we'll be able to do a trailer on it next week. But we'll talk about that after the podcast. But so that's what you're going to be reading/watching?
Yep, pretty much. I think I'm still saving a couple of pennies for it and looking out for a couple of comic books, but...
Yeah, well, same with me. I haven't been reading/watching anything, really. Not really at all. Haven't watched any comics. No, haven't watched any movies. Haven't really read any comics. I guess I have been watching a bit of... I did discover this new YouTube channel lately that I think you should check out, Finn, called Star Wars Explained. He just hit 200,000 subscribers a couple of days ago. He talks about all Star Wars stuff in like a quick 2 to 3 minutes. It's actually really good. I've been using him to quell my Star Wars fever up until Rogue One.
Oh, nice. I am actually very hyped for Rogue One, and I think
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. I'm probably going to go on like media blackout once I upload this podcast. And also like, because I've been seeing people like, it's like first reaction to Rogue One and in, I'm not even pressing on them. I'm not even going to search up Rogue One and see its Rotten Tomatoes score. I just want to watch the movie.
I think so too. I think that I haven't really seen that many spoilers for Rogue One.
I haven't seen any. I've like kept away from all the Star Wars celebration stuff.
I've been on social media quite a bit, but I haven't really seen that sort of things. I just maybe because it hasn't come out. Where has it come out yet?
Nowhere. They just did red carpets a couple days ago.
Okay, so premieres and stuff.
It basically comes out at the same time all over the world.
Okay, that's pretty good then. So won't have too many spoilers ahead of watching it, which is good.
Yeah, looks pretty awesome. Well, Rogue One, but that's not really what we're talking about. We'll talk about reading/watching, but we'll probably be doing a Rogue One podcast next week. And if not next week, definitely 2 weeks' time. So stay tuned for those. Okay, guys, I guess that brings us to the end of the podcast. Finn, is there anything you want to plug?
I think we're pretty good, actually.
Well, then that brings us to the end of the podcast. If you guys want to find us, also find us on YouTube, find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, find us on Google+. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Please like below, and please comment below. That really helps us out. Why don't you comment below what rating you would give one of the 5 trailers? That'd be really cool. I'll check it out too, and maybe chat to you about it. So that's it for the Super Gurus episode 16. See you next week, guys. Legoinator out. Bye.
Bye.